I think there's a very good chance that we are in a simulation. I pick up a guy, he's military, current military, Marines, and he started telling me shit like, we have weapons from aliens. You know that? We've been using weapons from them for a long time. And he says, hey man, since I'm never gonna see you again, Project Bluebeam, it's real. And then he closed the door. Have you ever heard of Betty and Barney Hill?
No.
So they're driving home, man, and a light appears and they miss time. And they get back home and they're like, 2 hours have passed. They didn't even realize, right? They get hypnotized later, find out they were abducted. And they did experiments on them. And whoa!
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the HORRORble podcast. Tonight it is a little windy, but I think we're holding on strong, so we should be fine. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, man.
Tell us your name and who you are and where you're from.
Well, I'm Davyid from Down the Rabbit Hole. I have a paranormal page on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Threads. Just passed 1 million followers, so I'm really happy about that. I'm also a host of David Don't Know. It's a podcast about paranormal and high strangeness, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I just started editing it today, and it's dropping next week. Already dropped when it comes out, but Deeper Down the Rabbit Hole with Davyid.
There you go. Man, I want the people to understand something about this episode.
Yes.
Tonight is a little different. No one is an expert. No one is practicing witchcraft. This is just a complete, I guess, 2 men in the backyard in the middle of the woods having a conversation and giving their opinions, pretty much.
That's right.
So don't kill us in the comments based upon what we're talking about tonight. This is all opinion based.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, where are you from, Davyid?
I'm originally from Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay.
Grew up down there.
Yeah.
Lived really close to the beach. I was about like 8 miles from the beach. The naval air station down there. And when I was growing up, man, I was so into UFOs.
Even as a kid?
Even as a kid.
Okay,
Because back then, there was this TV show called Project Blue Book, Air Force. And so I would watch that, and they would always go and meet these guys who were like, I had this experience, right? And they would usually debunk it, but I was like fascinated with these stories, dude. And I was really young. I remember I would look out the window because I really wanted to see one, but I didn't want to get abducted.
Yeah.
So I would see like lights, and I lived near an air base, right? Yeah. So there would be planes out there, and I'm like, Dad, there's a UFO out here. And he would come, it's like, there's no UFO out here, man. It's a plane.
Were you just into UFOs specifically, or was it like paranormal stuff as well?
It's funny. My first experience with the paranormal, I was 1.5 years. Yeah. So
how do you remember that?
Yeah. No, I don't remember. Like my first actual memory, it was my second birthday. 6 months before that. See, my dad, he was trying to get us a house, but he needed to rent someplace before our house was finished, right? So he was a postman, so he was on this route, and he saw this one house that was available for rent. So he talks to the neighbor. He's like, "Hey, man, this is a good place." He's like, "Yes, but you probably don't want to move there." And he's like, "Why?" He says, "Well, there was a gypsy that lived there, and dude, let me just tell you, she cursed me, and my life has been rotten ever since." It's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, she had 2 daughters, I have 2 sons, and she was trying to hook them up, right?" And
this is like, the realtor, basically.
This is the neighbor.
Oh, okay.
He lived right next to the house that my dad was trying to rent, right? And the dude was like, "You don't want it. You don't want it. She cursed me. She cursed me, and if you move in there, I don't think it's going to be good for you, right?" So
don't tell me y'all moved in here.
My dad ignored all of that. See, my dad he doesn't believe in all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
He didn't. He was like, whatever that guy said, I'm moving in. It's cheap. We only need it for like 6-something months. So we moved in. I'm 1.5 years at the time. They put me in my own room, in my crib or whatever. And they said that on many occasions I would be screaming my head off at the end of the bed or whatever it's called.
Like the railing.
Yeah, holding on and looking back at something, screaming that something was there. And my dad's a Vietnam veteran, right? So this time he's kind of like having issues. He's a little of this,
yep. Mm-hmm.
PTSD and all that. So he was like, just leave him there, right? And my mom's like, no, I can't leave him there. Something's wrong. So they would turn on these little sticks, incense, right?
Okay.
You know how hard it is to turn incense off, right?
Yep.
These things would turn off all the time. They couldn't understand why in that room. Anywhere else, fine. In that room, they would always turn off. So my mom started to have me sleep with them, which my dad was not cool with. But I'll tell you what was interesting. That was my first experience, apparently.
Okay.
With paranormal. But what was interesting is one night my dad got home. I love this story because he doesn't want to admit it, but he admits it. He gets home one night. It's late. Parks car, gets out. He hears whistling. And it's coming from like up the tree. So he looks up the tree and he sees a woman in the tree going like this. Come here. And
Hold on.
I mean, can you imagine? He freaked out and he went around the back to go inside the house. And he said, that's what I saw. Now they call them Lechuzas in Spanish, right? But it's basically an owlish creature that's also a woman, turns into a woman, whatever. It's like a witch, basically.
So, a woman that turns into an owl?
Yeah, apparently that's what, I don't know.
She was trying to get freaky with
He was like, and this is a guy who don't believe in this stuff. And he was like, I could not believe what I was seeing.
But he swears on it. Like,
yep.
This is what happened.
Yep.
I'd be scared to go outside.
I know, dude.
You be looking in the trees all day.
So there is it started to get pretty bad to where my mom and dad were going to break up, basically. My mom calls my grandfather. He gets a prayer group down there. They start doing all this praying over everybody. And then they discover there's something in the yard, right? In four corners of the yard, there were these things that were buried. So they pulled one of them out, and it's like string of tied things. They're tied like little person tied to some little something tied to some. There are these huge things, and my parents were like, where the hell did this come from?
That's some type of witchcraft.
It was the gypsy. She buried that stuff there to curse people. Yeah, so that once they got rid of that, everything seemed to go back to normal.
Plot twist. What if it was the gypsy in the tree?
It could have been. It could. I never even put that together, dude. It could have been. But,
oh shit!
Oh my god! It
might have been her in the tree.
Why
just
didn't
watching
I ever
the house.
think about that? Yeah. Well, we moved out.
Yeah.
Soon after that.
Well, man, I want to get into, because you do have this, like you said, I guess the channel now, but the Instagram that is going crazy.
Right. I'm lucky. I'm
down the
lucky.
rabbit hole.
Yes, sir.
How did this even start? How did it come about?
There is so I, like my dad, I didn't believe in a lot of this stuff. Right?
You didn't believe?
I didn't.
Skeptic. Okay.
I was a skeptic, and I'm still a skeptic to today. You know, I need proof, scientific proof. I love to lean that way. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I'll try to do is debunk whatever I see or find. Mm-hmm. And now I've had a couple of encounters of things I just can't debunk. So that kind of flipped a switch in my brain.
Y'all go check that out, man. Down the rabbit hole on Instagram.
Yeah, it will not disappoint.
No, not at all.
I love, all the things that I search for. Very, like today, for example, I've been sharing some things about DMT.
Yep.
That I've been looking up. It is fascinating. The creatures that people are seeing that are similar, like other people have the same experiences, right? And this one guy was talking about how it's so real, like the experience is 1,000,000 times more real than this. Yeah. That when he came out of it, this felt like clunky, 8-bit life. It doesn't feel real compared to what he was experiencing.
What kind of creatures they talking about?
Well, this one today was a frog-like creature. Check this out. I posted this. The dude is talking about a frog-like man gave him a guitar, right? And the frog man is teaching him how to play this song, right? And so he's doing what the frog man's telling him. And the frog man tells him, you see what I'm showing you? This is real. You don't know how to do this. I'm showing you how to do this, right? And I was like, that's crazy. So I posted that, got a comment from this woman who said, I've seen him, but I was on mushrooms. But I've seen that man, and he was showing me, the frogman was showing me how to play music. And I was like, what the hell, dude? What is this other world everyone's experiencing, man?
If somebody does mushrooms or DMT and y'all seen the frog man, let me know.
Please let us know.
Let me know.
It's interesting, dude.
That's crazy.
Well, that's kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Matrix, kind of, otherworldly. What's that theory that I love so much? The simulation theory.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that stuff, man. It's all like, is this even real?
Yeah.
Are we really living this life? Or
Shit, let's talk about that.
All right.
Like, we already there.
Yeah.
What you think we in a simulation?
I think there's a very good chance that we are in a simulation.
And what would you mean by simulation, though?
What I mean is, you can equate this in two different ways, but they almost are the same. Because if you think about the soul or the spirit or whatever you're talking about, that's the real thing that's alive. It's energy. Right?
Yeah.
This does not last. The shell does not last. The energy does. So isn't that the thing that's real? Isn't that what's experiencing? Is the meat suits that we're wearing here, is that the fake world? And we're programmed to run this? You know what I'm saying?
For me, I would say I'm with you.
Yeah.
The only part that I don't fully understand would be if our souls or our spirits are really us, then why do we feel like, why can't we stop the pain, or why is there pain?
I think we need to experience those things. I think in a way, this is kind of going away from what we're just talking about. I think that we're here to experience those things. Okay. Those are the lessons that we're trying to learn to level up, which is weird because it's like a video game, right? Why are we trying to level up? We're trying to get our spirits or our souls to a higher level. Yeah. And we use the earth to come here and test it out. See if we can learn those lessons. And if we can, maybe we move up to where we don't have to come back.
But then that makes you think of, like, if that is what it is, then what is religion? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes. There's a guy I've been trying to get on my show.
Okay.
Named Bob Lazar.
Oh, Bob Lazar, yeah. Yep.
Bob talked about this. So there's a file about that thick that he saw when he was working at S4 in Area 51 area. And he was reluctant to talk about it. This is an old video. I posted this recently. He says it's about religion. And he's like, they're asking him. He's like, okay, I'll tell you what. Basically, it says that religion is not real. It's a program. And the reason the aliens are so interested in this is because our bodies are containers.
Are what?
Containers.
Containers.
They're containers. And the guy asks him, so what are containers of what? He goes, I don't know, souls, whatever you may want to think, but that's what this thing was about.
Energy, soul, spirit, whatever. Yeah.
And that religion, not really a thing. It's made up. Now that's just from Bob, right?
That's what he read?
Yeah. It's in a thick government file, like a secret file about what they've learned from these visitors.
You know how many people, if these files were to come out, and sorry guys, it's getting super windy out here, but this is what happens when you're in the middle of the woods. You know how many people would go berserk or would just call this person crazy, even if it came out to be this is what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
The world would go in a frenzy.
Oh yeah.
It would be half and half.
Yep.
No one would believe in religion and God, and then the other half would be like, all you guys are fucking sick.
And so I want to like bring people into the show like Bob who have seen different things, and I would love to learn more, right? But yeah, dude, it is Project Bluebeam, by the way.
Yeah.
And you're talking about religion. This is supposed to happen next year, 2027. Some of my friends are saying it's earlier than that, like October this year. But this is a project that's been in the books for decades, okay? They've been planning this for decades.
Tell them again, what's it called?
Project Bluebeam.
Okay.
And I got an interesting story about that. So I did a show with my friend Drewski. He has Cryptid Warfare.
Okay.
Right, that's his podcast. He wanted to talk about it, so I did all this research on Project Bluebeam, from like where did it come from, how did it get discovered, all this stuff. And it turns out Serge Monast is a guy. He's a Canadian journalist. Back in the 70s, kind of did some investigation, found this project on the books, talked to some people, got some more information. He discovered it's a NASA-related thing. They have technology from other races, like alien races. They got this technology that is like a hologram, except it is the best hologram you've ever seen. Like, have you ever seen Star Trek, The Next Generation, where they had those hologram, I don't know what they call it, the room or whatever, like that. So amazing that you would totally believe it's real. As a matter of fact,
it's gonna be the best movie ever shown.
oh my God. This dude was brought into by a general, not the same guy, but another guy was brought in by a general to show him something. There's a ship floating. You can hear it. It's this weird looking ship. And the guy says, "You see that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I see that." He goes, "Can you hear it?" And he goes, "Yeah." It's not there. He says, "What do you mean it's not there?" It's a hologram. And the dude was freaked out. Okay. So we're talking that kind of technology. The project is this.
What the fuck?
2027. It could be sooner, it could be later. I'm not going to say the US government. I call this the cabal. It's like people from a whole lot of different governments, the elite people, the ones up in top who want to control. The whole idea is this. They want to make a one world government, right? In order to do that, they're going to have to crack some eggs, man. They're going to have to crack some religions. They're going to have to get rid of a lot of people, right? How are we going to do that? I know. We're going to get a whole bunch of aliens that aren't actually aliens. They're going to look like ships in the sky from these holograms, and they're going to attack. And they're going to...
Oh, shit.
So here's the thing. It's not going to be aliens, guys. It's not going to be aliens. It's going to be our ships behind it. We're not going to see them. It's going to be our weapons used on us. Okay? They're going to get rid of a lot of people. And then, after all this, everyone's going to be like, what do we do? What do we do? Oh my God, what are we going to do? Then, this is what blows my mind. This is what Serge found. They're going to put Jesus Christ up there. He's going to appear in the sky. And he's going to tell everyone, I'm going to save you. You must follow this man. And everything's going to be okay. And so they put whoever this guy is in charge. He stops the aliens, right? He saves us. And after that, changes it to a one world government with how many people are left. I don't know. Crazy, okay, right?
Hold on. This shit kind of stupid, though. Cause
it is.
And I'm going to put it, because if Jesus is displayed,
yeah,
why the hell am I listening to a government at this point?
Yeah, right.
That don't even make sense. Why would I? Why?
There's another component to that.
Okay.
There's a technology, they say, that they can communicate directly to you and you can hear. So basically, Jesus is going to be talking to everybody in their own language and letting them know this information.
To follow this.
Yes. People who are devout, how are they not going to follow that? You know what I mean? It's Jesus Christ, dude.
This shit gotta already be possible, though. Like, who's to say that the shit that people see in the sky right now is not just a small test?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. So I honestly believe the Phoenix Lights. Have you ever heard of that? So the Phoenix Lights, oh my God, I can't remember the year, but it's been a while. It's been decades. There was this V-shaped craft, right?
Okay.
You could see these lights, and I've
seen a video of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It flew over Phoenix. I'm not sure the cities, but it actually went like 150 to 200 miles. Saw by hundreds of thousands of people. Kurt Russell saw it and called it in. He was a pilot at the time. He was flying.
Yeah.
He saw it. He called it in. And even the governor saw it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Now, here's the thing. It didn't make any noise, but it looked solid. It looked real. I believe that could have been a test of that system, of Project Bluebeam, just to see what would happen. Would people see it? Would they believe it? and hundreds of thousands of people saw it. That's just the theory I have. Who knows if I'm right or wrong? I don't know.
I mean, you got things as real as like they're bringing back old pop stars and rappers and doing complete concerts.
Yeah.
And it looks like this person.
Good. It looks good.
And you probably wouldn't be able to tell, like if I'm just recording with my phone.
Right. It's nuts.
But they look like they're there. Project Bluebeam.
So I checked out Serge Monast, right? He's a Canadian, like I said.
Okay.
He was being harassed by these guys. Some guys, some government guys were harassing him.
For talking?
He wrote a book.
Oh,
Published
shit.
it.
Okay, he wrote a book.
It said Project Bluebeam, had NASA on there. So he was being harassed. The story goes that I wish I can remember. They were messing with his kids, right? They were gonna, yeah. So one day, he gets arrested for no reason. Just gets arrested. They take him in. They hold him overnight. And of course, he's fighting this. He's gonna, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna do all this stuff. Comes home the next day, has a heart attack and is gone. Dies the next day. Has a heart attack. And it's not long after this that there's a committee in the Senate. I think it's the Senate or the House. I'm not sure, but there's a committee where they're getting the CIA to talk about some of the weapons that they have. One of them is a gun that, when shot at a person, causes heart attacks.
Hold on. Say that again.
Yeah, you can actually go out there and see this.
Is it like an energy weapon?
It's a weapon that will shoot some sort of thing, and it won't leave anything behind, but it causes heart attacks. And so they have this, and they've used it. And who's to say it was used on this guy? I don't know.
That reminds me, I just seen something, and it's crazy. My grandfather was friends with this person. You know who Dick Gregory is?
Yeah. He was friends with Dick Gregory, bro?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My grandfather was pretty well known.
That dude's brilliant.
Crazy guy, though.
Yes, he's brilliant, though, at the same time.
Yeah.
I guess you have to be crazy to be brilliant.
No, I'm talking about my grandfather.
Oh.
My grandfather. But Dick Gregory was talking about Michael Jackson, and they were saying he didn't die, or he was killed by like a laser.
Oh, snap.
And he was like super adamant on it and said he had all the proof. Like,
really?
So to think about something like that where it wouldn't leave any actual evidence, but you could physically kill somebody.
Yeah, they have ways. There are more ways than that to get rid of somebody. And like the Israelis, the Mossad, when they need to take somebody out, this is from a ex-CIA agent who said this recently. I saw that, let's say it's a building, there's one person in that building, they need that guy gone, they get rid of the building, and they don't care who's inside the building. So I mean, that's
like
one
blow
way.
it up.
Yeah.
So they don't care who else is in there.
Nope. And this is coming from an ex-CIA agent. It's not coming from me, okay? All right, Mossad, I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all great. I love you. Be easy.
So we're just gonna take out. Basically, the whole building's contaminated because it's one person's in there.
Yeah.
So
Isn't
we just
that
gonna
rough?
take out the
That's
whole
rough,
thing.
dude. There's people in there that you don't know if they're like brilliant people who are going to become like Einstein types who are going to cure cancer. They don't care. They don't care, man. They have a job to
whatever.
do. Yes, babies, dude. So yeah, that freaks me out. So I'm not surprised that happened to that poor guy. But anyway, after I did that show, right? Not a week had gone by. I pick up a guy. He's military, current military, Marines. He's one of the guys that takes care of stuff. Like they send this guy's unit in when they need something handled, right? And he's upset. He's disgruntled, man. He's telling me, I want out. A lot of my friends have died, and they don't even care, man. They don't care about you here, man.
He was upset about the guy's death.
Yeah, his guys,
Yeah.
like in his squad, they went and did some stuff. They died, and they were like, it's weird that they don't care about us. They don't care about us. I want out. I've been asking. I got 2 more years. Then he started telling me shit like, we have weapons from aliens. You know that? And I was like, whoa, this dude's telling me stuff. He goes, yeah, we have weapons from aliens. We're using them now. As a matter of fact, we've been using weapons from them for a long time. And he told me about this weapon that was like a tank. It's as big as a tank.
Yeah.
We'll drop it in an area we want to go in. And what will happen is it'll control 1,000 hearts. That's the way he put it. That's what do you mean by that? He goes, anyone that's around it, it'll capture 1,000 hearts and it'll break that spirit. And we just go in and clean up. And I said, wow.
What do you mean break the spirit?
It will
like shut you down?
It'll shut them down. So he says, do you remember Iraq when we went in? I said, yeah. So you remember how they were quitting? We walked in and they were throwing their weapons down and just saying, you know, whatever. I go, yeah, I remember that. I was like, what?
Was that like mind control?
Something like that. Well, think about the Venezuela thing that just happened. Something similar. Something similar happened there where these people were attacked in a way where they gave up their arms and they were bleeding from their noses and their eyes and shit. They just stopped.
I didn't hear about this.
No? That's when we got the leader of Venezuela. Yeah. That's how we did it. So,
but people were bleeding from their noses and eyes?
That's what they said. I don't know if it's true, but that's what the people were saying, that's what happened. And they gave up so easily. They quit. They gave up. You know, even the ones who were protecting the president, they just walked in there, took that dude, and that was it. So,
but then who's to say what countries have this technology and who doesn't?
Right.
Because if it's that easy, like, and I hate to talk about politics, especially on this show. But
Me too.
Just talking about weapons.
Yeah.
If Russia wanted somebody gone in the U.S., do they have this same opportunity? Do we have a defense against this?
It seems to me that Russians love to poison people, especially the president loves to poison people. I don't know, but they had visitors as well, just like we have. So who's to say what they have, what kind of weapons they have? Maybe it's different visitors that have different types of weapons. I don't know. But this dude, so this Marine, right?
Okay.
He's telling me all this.
Yep.
I'm getting into his place. First of all, this dude was cool as shit. He was awesome.
Okay.
And we're talking about like Americans, how we think, the way we think. And he goes, yeah, all over the world, we're different. We think different than anyone in the world. But sometimes it's not a good thing, you know. And we're just laughing it up. And then we pull up to a stop. He gets out, bro. And he says, hey, man, since I'm never going to see you again, Project Bluebeam, it's real. And then he closed the door, dude. And I got to tell you, man, he freaked me out. He freaked me out because I was like, how? Did he hear the show? Or did they send this guy to kind of let me know that they're hearing me? What's going on, man? He freaked me out, bro. How he would know about Project Bluebeam. We didn't even mention Project Bluebeam, man.
Did he find you or you find him?
It was a rideshare call. Picked him up.
This is what's fucked up about this project.
Yeah.
Is even if, let's say it happened right now, okay. You and I are out here in Ingram, just outside, and ships are flying by and shit starts blowing up.
Yeah.
It's not going to change the fact that shit is blowing up. I don't give a fuck if it's aliens or the U.S. government bombing us.
Right.
People are dying, and people are going to be in a panic.
Yes. Now let me just say, I'm not saying it's real. It's a theory. Yeah. It's what do you call it? Conspiracy.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's real.
Allegedly.
And I don't even think it's the U.S. government. I think it's another kind of a shadowy, kind of a cabal type. So like, for example, here's another theory. Have you ever heard of Betty and Barney Hill?
No. You
never heard of Betty and Barney Hill?
No.
Okay, so I wish I had the exact date. But back in the 50s, I think it was the 50s, 60s, somewhere around there, black man named Barney with his white wife Betty are driving home. And this is a time where that's frowned on, right? Like back then. So they're driving home, man, and a light appears and they miss time. And they get back home and they're like, 2 hours have passed. They didn't even realize, right? It's crazy how much time had passed. They get hypnotized later, find out they were abducted. And
so a light appears while they're driving.
Just right in front of them, and it's a ship.
They get home and it's 2 hours later than what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And they don't remember anything between the ride back home
They don't remember
and
what
the
happened.
light.
Right.
After the light, it just was blank.
It was like light,
Home.
gone, driving. Again, kind of confused. And that's how they explained it. So they wanted to know what happened. They got hypnotized to find out. And oh man, they were abducted by these aliens. And they did experiments on them. Right? Yeah. And one of them showed Betty a star map. Right? So it was showed the map. She asked, where are we and what's this? She goes, there's no point in telling you. You're not going to understand it. And whoa!
What's up, guys? It's Askia here from the HORRORble podcast. I have a question for y'all. We're about 20 episodes in now. We built a fan base, you watching. I would love to know, what do you guys want to see on this channel? You guys can recommend somebody, something, maybe an activity that we do on this show that we haven't done before. But please let us know what you would like to hear or what you would like to see from us, and maybe we'll consider doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on out here, but it's super, super windy, guys. So I apologize if there's any technical difficulties out here, but we just had one of our... it looked like the light was about to fall over again.
Wow.
But,
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
Stop, wind. Relax.
None of this is planned. So back to what we were talking about, David.
Yes.
My fault.
No, man. It wasn't your fault. So, yeah, the reason why I bring that up, Betty and Barney Hill, it's actually a well-known abduction case. One of the first, like, really serious, like, attention-getting abduction cases.
Yeah.
And I remember I read books when I was a kid on this. And Barney did not want to talk about it. And I understand. I get why he didn't want to talk about it. She wanted to talk about it, dude, because it was crazy, right?
But why would you not want to talk about it?
You're a man of color.
Right.
You're married to a white woman in this age.
Gotcha.
You don't want to bring too much attention to yourself.
Yep.
And then again, a lot of our culture, when you think about this kind of stuff, like my culture, they don't pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
They try to close it. It's crazy. And so I'm loving this, dude. I don't know about you. I love this
This
stuff.
shit is strange tonight.
It is really cool,
It's
man.
strange.
You're welcome. Oh!
All right, yeah, hold on,
Okay.
guys. We got to cut because get this out of there. All right, y'all, we are back. We had some very strong wind blow over one of the lights and almost caught on fire. But we're back. We're good. Sorry for the interruption.
Not at all. Let me tell you something. This is awesome. This thing falling and almost destroying this thing, and there's screams out there. I love this, man.
Yep, we are in the middle of the woods, guys. So this is, if you have any doubt that this is not real, that we're not in the middle of the woods, trust me, we are in the woods, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Some people thought it was green screen. Some people think we're inside.
When
This
I
is
saw
not like
this,
a Hollywood set.
I saw this. I have to be on this.
Yeah.
I have to be on this. This is tight. It looks amazing.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It is. You can't do this, man. I don't see this,
Yeah.
everywhere. So this is awesome.
Thank you. Back to what we were talking about. Betty
Betty and Barney Hill.
and Barney Hill. Yep.
The reason I bring that up is because it ties into Project Bluebeam, in my opinion, because, and this is coming from Dr. Stephen Greer. This is like one of the guys that is like at the forefront of UFOlogy. Yeah. He claims that Betty and Barney Hill were not abducted by aliens. Were abducted by human beings posing as aliens. Why?
Okay, why? Yeah.
Why? I knew that was a question.
Why?
The reason is to push the idea that aliens are the bad guys. They're here to hurt us. That's the reason. That and many other abductions.
Planting the seed.
Yeah. Planting the seed for this whole thing. That's the idea.
70 years ago.
Yes. Isn't that crazy? So they had this idea back then. Because what Dr. Greer is saying is they're here to help us. If they wanted to destroy us, they could have done it in a second. They have the technology. They could get rid of us if they wanted.
Yeah.
But going back to the 40s when we were testing nuclear weapons and all that stuff, it caught their attention.
I got a theory on that. But
Talk to a brother.
go ahead. Finish.
Okay.
What you were saying.
It's basically we caught their attention, and they're worried that we could potentially destroy the world using this new bomb, this new technology, all the stuff that we're coming out with. Not only does it could hurt us, it's messing with their systems, it's messing with their telepathy, it's messing with their ships,
fogging it up pretty much.
There's crashes, right? So yeah, they want to help us. This is Dr. Stephen Greer. That's what he's saying. They want to help us. They don't want to hurt us. The government's view is we can't go down that road. We have to show that they're not our friends, and we have to unify against them to make everyone believe that they're bad. That's where the seeds of this project came from, in my opinion, of course.
It's because in my head I was thinking like most alien movies are negative.
Right. That's right.
But then you got like E.T. and like what are some other movies I could think of that were aliens were friendly?
They're not many.
Mac and Me. You seen that movie?
I've seen clips of that. Yeah.
Hilarious. But like those were friendly kid aliens. But then if you look at like the more serious ones, War of the Worlds, and it's pretty much them just destroying everything.
Independence Day.
Yep.
All of V. Have you ever seen V?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that one. That was a good one. It's all making them look like they're the enemy.
Yeah.
I hope that's not true. I hope Dr. Greer is correct and they're here to help us.
But even then, let's just say they are here to help us. But the humans are already set on having this Project Bluebeam and destroying us.
Mm-hmm.
What the aliens gonna do about it?
Well,
are they gonna step in and be like, hey?
So I got a guy I'm gonna interview soon who claims that he's been abducted, and under hypnosis he talks about being on a ship, and it's wild, man. This dude's impressive. So he's talking about being on a ship. He's looking at these tubes and they're babies in the tube, and he's like looking at him like, what? And they're like embryonic fluid kind of thing in the tube. They look like they're in the womb almost, and he's looking at him and their eyes open. He recognizes that's his kid. That's his child. And next to him is an alien, like a 7.5, 8 foot alien, telling him in his mind, it's okay. They're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. They're totally going to be fine. And he says,
they're talking telepathically?
Yes. And he's explaining, he's hypnotized, bro. He's hypnotized and he's talking about it. And so the one who hypnotized the lady, she's asking him these questions. And he's stuck on that because he's actually feeling like this connection. These are my children. I want to make sure they're okay. He's stuck on that. She helps him to go past it, and she asks him, what else happens? So he says, the alien took me to this large room, and in this room were these things, like you can go and sit on it, and there's a screen, and in the front are this panel with these 3 symbols on it, and they're showing me how to fly, basically, the ship, right? And using the panels or whatever, and it's like school, it's like flight school or something. It's kind of bizarre.
You know what that shit remind me of? Predator.
Oh yeah.
Like, have you seen the new one?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that one of the best movies.
Oh my god, I love
good.
that one, dude.
But it was good. Like the ship only had a few things to where it would just do what it does.
Well, a lot of the people who actually worked on these crashed ships say that it's like they're all somehow connected. There's no like right angles or anything. Right. It's so weird. And there are a couple of symbols here and there. Well, he's saying that they're telling him if anything goes down, anything on Earth, anything bad, we're going to give you the coordinates to one of these ships. Get as many humans as you can and get in the ship.
Yo.
He says that the ship is programmed to your DNA. So when you get in, you're going to fly. You're going to be able to fly because it's connected to your DNA. Get as many humans as you can and fly out. And he's like, okay. He says he's not the only one. There's a whole lot of hybrids that have the ability and will have ships and will be able to fly people out.
What? Hold on. So other people have had this encounter
Yeah.
and they've been told something similar, if not
Yes.
the same?
Apparently. Now, again, I don't know if it's true or not.
No one's here saying
Yeah.
this is true.
I
this
don't
is
know,
all
man.
alleged, but
But there are other people. He says that every one of these people has about 20 children in these ships that are hybrid. 20 each. Like 20 each.
hybrid
Babies.
between
Alien.
human and alien?
Yep.
I want to address something else
Talk to a brother.
while we're in the middle of the woods anyways. Something that a lot of people see. There's two things, but I'm going to mention one and then I'll mention the other after we talk about it.
Okay.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
What the hell do you think a Bigfoot is?
Honestly, when it comes to cryptids, it's confusing to me because, you know, and I say this all the time. I've interviewed Bigfoot guys, and I always ask them the same question. It's 2026. We have all this technology. We have cameras that can see. Yeah, dude, we got drones. We got guns. We got tranquilizer darts. Why can't we catch this guy if he's real, right? And I always get the same answer back. And I've already asked several people. They tell me he's interdimensional.
I've heard this.
Yeah. He can cloak. He can go into another dimension and hide. There have been prints where they've seen it and they try to track it and the prints just stop. They don't go anywhere.
It disappeared.
It's like it disappeared. Yeah. That, okay. Hard to prove. I want to see it. I talked to this guy.
You want to see Bigfoot disappear?
I want to see if it's real. I want to see it. First of all, I want to see Bigfoot. I am calling you. I'm calling you people out who go looking for Bigfoot. Catch him already, man. It's too long. Catch him. But they're saying that it's impossible. So I interviewed Ronnie LeBlanc recently. Big Bigfoot guy. He's been on Destination Bigfoot, My Bigfoot Life, which is a documentary. He says he saw one. Him and some other buddies were out. They heard it. Then they saw it. And then it kind of disappeared to the point where you can only see hair. And then it flashed by. Oh, before that, he said he saw like an orange orb. It like turned into an orb, dude. And then it flashed by and it was gone. And I was like, wow. So it's kind of making me think that there might be an element to this. There might be, they may be able to have the ability to either cloak or transform into some sort of energy type thing, like a ghost, right?
Yeah.
Like you've seen orbs.
Yeah, of course.
Come sometimes form into a shape and then disappear into an orb. Is that what it's doing? I don't know, man. Crazy. But Bigfoot is my favorite cryptid. I want to see it captured. Hey, man, talking about that, I interviewed a guy named Rod Nichols from Bexar County Bigfoot. He says they're here.
What you mean?
They're in around Texas.
Oh,
And-
Texas specifically.
Yeah, like San Antonio. San Antonio, who knows where? You know what I'm saying? Dogman. Have you heard of Dogman?
I've heard Dogman.
There's a Texas Triangle that Dogman's supposed to be really wild, right?
God, it's windy out here.
It seems like every time we talk about something,
Every time we get into something
But yeah, dude,
crazy, the wind kick right up. All right,
Bigfoot.
Dogman.
yeah, Bigfoot is wild. There was a bunch of sightings in Ohio. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, okay, Ohio,
Recently?
let's get into that.
Yeah, I was hoping this might be the moment because there were so many in such a small amount, like a small area, that we would actually either catch him or get excellent footage, and neither happened, man.
I don't think anybody's catching a Bigfoot.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm beginning to believe that. It's been how many years now? Well, they say he goes all the way back to, like, if you're talking about here in the Americas, the natives.
Yeah,
That's where Sasquatch comes from.
yeah.
They call him that. And they have stories of him,
Yeah.
right?
And this is years
Yeah,
ago.
we're talking centuries ago.
yeah.
And so he's been around. He's been around a long time if he's real. And
Like, what if he was around when the aliens were around and he
There-
getting stuff from them? Now he's able to.
Well, there's a theory about that. There's a
Okay.
theory that before we were here, that the Greys, the tall Greys,
Yeah.
came here to collect elements that they needed, right? They didn't want to do it themselves. And these tall Greys are super intelligent. Like, think of Einstein a million times. Like, we're talking super intelligent race. They didn't want to do the work. They brought with them this race called the Trachon, which are Bigfoot, essentially. And there's a theory out there. There are two kinds of Bigfoot. One's the Trachon. The Greys brought him here. They used him basically for slave labor.
Okay.
When they were done, they left him here. And these are the aggressive Bigfoot, the cannibalistic types that'll eat you, the really, really dangerous. You do not want to come across a Trachon.
Has there ever been a recording or a even document that someone was attacked by a Bigfoot?
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of one.
My belief is this: there have been people who've gone missing, right, in the woods.
Right. I heard stories like that. But then did a bear just
Could be.
I mean,
But they find like skulls and stuff like that. They never find these people, man. They never see them, you know? But so the Trachon are the ugly ones. They say that, I don't know why they call them, that they're the ugly ones. The other ones are the Xenu, who are like, think calming looking, relaxed. They're the ones that talk to you telepathically. If they feel you're worthy, they will speak with you. If they don't think so, they'll let you know not to be around here. But those are not, they're not the ones that will eat you. They're not the ones that'll, apparently. I'm saying, this is all just.
If I see one, I'm not going to be trying to depict the good from the bad. Get the fuck out of there.
I've been told that if you try to film it, they have the ability to interfere with that device so that you don't get a good shot.
What the hell?
And that sometimes the only way you can get a good shot is if you catch them off guard. So if you see trail cam type videos of them, you got lucky that you got one.
But then, see, I'm contradicting myself because I was gonna say you don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah, you don't. Until we catch one, man, we won't know. I want to catch
The
one.
government got one somewhere.
That's what Ronnie says.
They got one. They got a couple or a few.
He said, but I don't think he said someone else had told him this. Where are there a whole bunch of big feet? In DC. In DC, they have them underground somewhere. That's what I heard, people.
You seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
The end of the movie showed you a lot of information
Yeah, dude.
about simulation,
Yeah.
where they keep all the monsters. They had them in like these glass containers
Yeah.
underground somewhere.
Could be like that.
And we're running letting them out and using people as live simulation to see what would happen.
That was a good movie, man.
To me, I thought the movie was ass until the end, where it all put together, and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because they say that movies are giving a little bit of truth at a time just to see, or maybe they're trying to feed us a little bit at a time.
I think it's desensitizing us,
Right. It could be that.
for the future. I don't know what to think, because some people say there is no past, no future. It's just the present. There's just different dimensions, like we were talking about earlier. But then if you talk about, what we've been shown through movies or TVs is that time travel is going backwards and forwards. Even we had, what was the movie with the car?
Oh, Back to the Future, yeah.
Like, speaking of thoughts and the past and future, Akashic Records.
Yeah. So this is something I've heard about. I've been a big, I don't want to say fan, but I used to, there's this psychic, he was called the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Cayce. He was the first, when I was reading about him, a lot of his prophecies came true. And he was like very, very good at healing people. And what he would use, he would mention the Akashic Records. He would go into a trance. His wife was there writing whatever he was saying, he would, like, someone needed help. My daughter is sick. She's got a disease. We don't know what, no one can help her. Can you come up with some? So he'll go into this trance and he'll go to the Akashic Records and he'll find something to help this child.
Basically like a cosmic library.
Yes. Here's what I just learned the other day. It's a library that holds every thought ever had. Every person's thoughts.
I got it written down. So a spiritual database that supposedly contains every thought, action, emotion, and experience of every soul across time.
Yeah. Animals too. So you can actually go up there and find out what your dog was thinking.
Give me some more food.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Take me on a walk.
So that was the first time I heard about it being used in a positive thing, because he would actually cure people.
Yeah.
When modern science, modern medication couldn't. How did he do that? How did he figure that out? He would go to this place, and I was fascinated from then. And I have a really, really, like, one of my best friends I met in recent years. She's been telling me about it. She's a psychic medium. She is a white witch, and she's talked about it. Mm-hmm. Like, she can go there.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it. I would love to see what that's all about. But how do you get there, man?
Isn't that some form of like meditation?
Yeah, that's one way. So she can astral project. And I think that's the way Edgar Cayce would get there. He would leave his body, be in this meditative state.
Yeah.
And he would go and he would find the information he needed.
About astral projection, I've even heard, like, in the government, there's astral projection police.
Yeah, yeah.
Where they will not allow you to go certain places.
Right.
To think that there's a whole nother realm where your spirit is pretty much.
Yeah. So they're like they say, I don't know if you ever heard of this. They say there are, on the dark side of the moon, there are alien bases. And one of the races there is they're called the tall whites, or the Nordics.
I've heard, yep.
Yeah, so these people, again, far, like, advanced, far out, way in the future. There's a story about...
These are like tall, blonde, blue eye.
Yeah, they look the most like us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you get close enough, you can see that their eyes are a little further out, mm-hmm. and they look a little strange, but they do look human. They could walk the planet and be fine. Yeah. But the psychic thing, I heard a story where there was a guy, they tasked him to astral project to the moon, and he went to a place that's a no-no, right? So they trapped this dude on the moon. His body is still here in a coma. And basically they got to a point where they're like, they had to tell his family he was dead, but they still have him in this coma.
But how hold on. There's something not adding up here, because to know that someone had to be there with him to know that he's on the moon being held captive. Who relayed that message back to us?
I don't know. Like, it was a government project, and they asked him to go there. And like you said, there are places you cannot go. They will not allow you. Either they'll scare you away,
okay,
or they'll trap you there.
So you're saying that this guy it wasn't just a random guy. He was working in the government, and he was tasked to go there.
Yeah. They said, go to this place on the moon.
Okay.
And report back what you see. And basically he did that, and they didn't let him out. And so he didn't wake up. And apparently, according to this guy who told this story, I wish I could remember his name, Justin something, I can't remember his name, but he says that guy's still in a coma.
And the wind picks up.
Every time. Every time. I love it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Y'all be careful out there astral projecting.
I'll tell you this. In my 20s, I was training. I was trying to learn how to meditate. It was difficult for me. I was angry in my 20s, right? Yeah. So I was trying to figure out a way to get past that, dude. I was failing. Every day I was failing. And then one day, I must have hit something right, because suddenly I was looking down on the dude who was sitting where I was sitting, And I didn't recognize it at first because I was looking at the top of its head and I was like, who the hell? Because I had never seen my head from the top
of your head, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's me. That's me. And I was so happy to be out. I remember thinking, I'm free. Fuck that guy and his problems. And I turned around, I was going to float away. And then I was back in my body. And I was confused. I was like, what happened? What was that?
You probably just scratched the surface.
I did. I got out enough, but I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was very Catholic. I didn't believe in any of that stuff. And so it took I got to this age and I was like, oh, dude, that was my spirit, my soul, whatever, leaving my body for a minute and not really happy with the body.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the way I would explain it, my soul hated my body.
It was captive. Yeah.
Yeah, it hated what it was going through. Like, it is not like it, right? And that made me think, oh my God, does that mean, it's using the body to try to learn stuff. And it was a very hard time for me in these years, right? And it was not enjoying this. It did not like it. And I wonder how it is now. I wonder if it's like, oh, finally, this guy's over this.
Or it could just be like, no matter what this body is going through, I don't want to be in that.
Are we being forced to do this, to come back and get into another body? Do we have a choice? I don't know.
You don't want to go to work every day.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But you do it.
You have to.
And maybe your spirit,
like, maybe that's the job.
is exactly like, this is my job. I need to be here to experience these things.
Damn.
So I'm going to my 9 to 5 and my body is this 9 to 5, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
What if dreaming, like when you go to sleep, is where it gets to escape for a little while? And,
it's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll be back by 9.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to. It's too much, man. It's a lot. It is a lot.
It may be. But then, like, even myself, I don't remember a lot of my dreams.
No?
I don't.
Oh, man. I
don't.
A lot of memory of my dreams.
I don't. I had nightmares for so long.
Really?
I would say I had nightmares all the way up until like the age of 17 or 18. I'm talking about consistent.
Like, do you remember what they were?
I'm talking about the worst horrifying things you could talk about. Like, talking about people being chopped up. Like, it was bad.
Oh, you just popped a freaking memory in my head. I had a nightmare like that.
It was bad.
So, dreams are one of my favorite subjects. Okay. But I did have a dream one night, and I remembered it as soon as I woke up. I'm at my parents' house, and for some reason, a lot of my dreams are at my parents' house. But I was with my mom, and we're hanging out, and then there was a knock on the door, and these 3 huge Italian dudes barge into the house, right? They're talking all this gibberish I couldn't understand. Mm-hmm. I thought they were attacking my mom. They weren't, apparently.
Yep.
But I went into kung fu mode, man.
Defensive, yeah.
And I started to attack these dudes, and I was fighting and fighting until all 3 were dead. And I panicked. So I dragged their bodies into the garage, and I opened this old ice chest, like the igloos, the old 70s one. Mm-hmm. There was a big one, and I started with a knife cutting them into little pieces and putting them in the igloo. And they fit. Yeah. These huge dudes fit in this thing. And on top, I put newspaper, closed it, and I'm dragging this thing out the back behind.
Newspaper in the freezer is crazy.
Yeah, and the top, and when I did that, it's funny, the blood soaked through the newspaper on top. Yeah. And I was looking at this like, damn. Closed it. I was dragging it to the backyard. Beyond our backyard is this ditch. Uh-huh. And so I was dragging it to dump it in there. And I was like, dude, are you dumb? You're going to dump it right behind your house?
Right.
So I started dragging it further down. And that's when I heard the sirens. And next thing I know, there are all these cop cars like stopping. And I felt the most profound relief. Yeah, I was glad that I was caught in the dream. And that was the end of it. I woke up. But I was like, wow, that is weird. Like, how do I explain that?
Maybe a stop to the madness?
Something like that. They've recently said, scientists have discovered, this is again, and I posted this, that dreams could be a window into alternate realities.
I've heard this.
I recently had a dream that fits that bill. Before this was discovered or whatever, I had a dream that I was married to a person I knew that, that's not my girlfriend. And it was a bad relationship basically, and I was not happy in it. And I was like, the whole thing was that. And then I remembered, I woke up and I was thinking about it, and I remembered this girl, we went to high school together. And then I moved here to San Antonio, and she also moved. And I got divorced. I was living in my house still. And she broke up with her husband. And this is real. Like, this was in real life. She came over one day to my house. She was crying. I was comforting her. And we became really good friends. And there was a window in that time where I thought it could be a relationship, right? But then I didn't think that. I think there was red flags. I was like, maybe I don't want this. And then we didn't, right? We're just friends.
Okay,
We've been friends.
I was about to say, damn, your dream painted it all out for you.
Right? And now I'm thinking, man, if that actually happened, what if it did happen? And this is that alternate reality I'm dreaming, that I actually did get with her. We got married, and it was a horrible relationship.
I mean, you're talking about what they call deja vu and shit. Like, you'll have this glimpse of like, I did this before. I've been here.
Yeah. Well, think about it. That reality probably does exist because there was a possibility there. There was a spark at that moment, and I could have gone in that direction, but instead I went this direction, so it didn't happen that way.
I've had dreams where the exact same thing, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
Where I felt the deja vu, and I was like, I know what happened. I'm not doing that.
You know what's weird about deja vu for me? It's different. Like, I'll hit that initial deja vu, and then I'll remember when I was having that, either a dream or whatever, it ended up going into like this horrible state, right? Like, for example, when I was still married, we hit this point and it's like, oh snap, I remember this happened. This actually happened. And when I remember the memory, I can see what happened after.
Can you see all these spider webs?
Yeah.
Bro, it's like,
it caught the light.
Look how many it is.
Wow.
It's a giant web in the middle of us, guys. So the dream,
like the deja vu.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Oh, spider on me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, shit.
It's like,
yo, it's some weird shit going on out here tonight. Yo.
Are they like the baby spiders that float on those strings? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It was just.
Was it a baby spider?
On me. Yeah.
Okay.
It's tiny.
There might be millions of them here in a second.
I hope not. Arachnophobia. I will definitely freak out.
But like on these, I'll have the initial deja vu. I'm like, oh, I remember this, but there's like a memory attached to it, and it always ends up in a very bad spot, massive argument or something terrible.
Yeah.
And when I'm going through it, I'm expecting it, but it doesn't happen, and it always confused me.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I remember it going this way, but instead it went this way. That's weird. Why is that? I don't know.
Maybe like a warning signal.
Could be. I've always thought that.
You know, maybe.
But then it looks like it's about to get there, and it doesn't. It goes a totally different direction.
Damn.
And then I'll tell my wife, when I was married at the time, I said, I had this deja vu, and it was going to go into this place where you and I were going to be like at each other's throats.
Yeah.
But it didn't go that way, which is great. I'm really glad we avoided it. I have a whole lot of those, which is bizarre to me.
Damn.
And I can't explain it, but I always think alternate reality.
When you brought up the dream or the nightmare of you chopping that guy up, that shit brought back a memory. I seen a police officer's body cam footage, and they had got a call basically saying like this older lady, they hadn't seen her, and she usually comes outside of like her apartment or her house all the time, and like her son or nephew stays with her, and they hadn't seen her in a while, and they go to do a checkup, and they're like talking to the guy. Everything is normal. He lets them come inside, and one of the officers gets to searching the place, and something tells him, look in the freezer.
Oh, snap.
Not like it's like the freezer you're talking about, the one that you open up.
Yeah.
And everything looks normal, and you can see this on the body cam. And it's like the peas, the meat, and then at the very bottom, something's telling him like, go through it.
Yeah, and he's moving stuff around.
Yeah, he's
right?
moving it around.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And it's a black bag at the bottom. He's like, black bag? Why would you have a big ass black plastic bag in the freezer?
Right.
And I guess he like opens it and he sees like the head and like
Freaks
it's
him
all
out.
chopped up.
Yeah.
And he's like, arrest him.
Yeah,
Get
dude.
him out of here. So that kind of just brought back that memory. Like, people on this planet can act normal. Like, just think about that. How many people you walk by at the grocery store that might chop people up or,
I think about that. How many
Do crazy
serial
shit.
killers have I walked past
yeah.
or, picked up? Because like I said, I do right
You're right.
I may have picked up more than a few. They say that truck drivers are one of the highest rated serial killers as far as jobs are concerned. I've picked up a ton of truck drivers, my friend. And they always take me to this rural land. Like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I'm going to make it out of this one. We're going to, that's where their truck is at in this big old area. It's just hidden.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, dude. Yeah, so that's...
Shout out to the truck drivers.
Yes.
I got some family that are truck drivers, but...
Me too. My grandfather
Yeah.
was one. My uncle was one. Yeah.
Yep.
Great people. You
Did
guys
you-
are awesome.
You know Tommy Lee, the Asian dude?
Tommy Lee.
It's like, he's funny Asian cat, I think. I think that's his name.
The podcaster?
Bobby Lee?
Bobby, yes. I know Bobby.
Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
out here.
he's hilarious. I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, he talked about, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been him. And if it wasn't, then it's my fault. But it was some guy I seen that was talking about his experience where he was like hitchhiking
Mhm.
a lot.
Mhm.
And he was hitchhiking from different guys. And because they knew that they would never see him again, they would like confess all of these things that
That they did?
they had done
Holy shit.
because it was like a relief
Yeah. Oh, wow.
because they had never told anybody. And he was talking about, he's like, I'm hearing about rapes, murders, like hiding bodies, like all kind of crazy shit. And I'm thinking like truck driver, like you're out there on your own and you could be living a whole crazy life
Absolutely. Yeah.
that nobody would ever even know or find out about.
Some of the most terrifying serial killers were truck drivers. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yes. Because they can just pick anybody up and you'll never see that person again. But, damn, dude, I actually want to look that up. If it's Bobby Lee.
No, it might have not been. I don't know. It was an Asian dude. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
He has a beard, long
Yeah.
hair, and he was talking about it, and it was like super interesting. And he was like, man, he's like, people just confessing, like, because they knew I would never see him again.
Can you imagine being in that truck listening to those confessions? Hearing what they're telling you?
Pull over.
Yeah,
Let
right?
me out.
And you're like
Let me
listening
out.
to it and you're like, oh man, what if this guy is just telling me because he's not going to let me go?
That's
Right?
he spoke on that.
Okay.
He literally spoke on that. He's
Okay.
like, man, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm scared. And he's telling us, like, I'm scared because you don't know what's going to happen next.
Why would they let you go and tell you that? You can
Exactly.
go and report them right away.
Exactly. All right, so I want to end with, I mean, not end, but kind of fade out with this. Your personal life a little bit. Some things you've been through. Paranormal stuff. There was a fire. You spoke about this
Oh, yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
2014.
So it was October. I'm in my apartment. It's a Sunday afternoon. I just remember this. Like, it's hard for me to talk about this because for the longest time, there's a lot of it I couldn't explain and I didn't understand. And I started to like try to develop my own theories about this. I have a lot of theories now. But there was a fire. I was unaware of the fire. I was watching TV with my dog Charlie, who's no longer with us, and we were just sitting there Sunday afternoon, and I had a thought. I was like, I'm sleepy, I'm tired. It was like 4 p.m.-ish. Should I take a nap? So right there I had a decision to make. And should I take a nap or should I just not? So I worked the next day. If I took a nap then, it was going to screw up my work day. So initially I didn't.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there watching TV, and then I hear what sound like glass breaking. And I thought, oh man, did someone throw a rock on my window? I go to the second bedroom, not my main bedroom, but the second bedroom. I look, the window's fine. I'm looking outside and there's glass on the floor. Little did I know at this time, I didn't know this. there was a fire raging above me.
Okay.
That's what caused the window to break. I thought, because my neighbors upstairs were always combative, they were always arguing and fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were fighting. I was like, whatever. I did smell smoke, and I thought it was a barbecue. Seriously, it's Texas, man.
Yep.
It's Sunday.
Somebody on the grill.
Someone's on the grill. That's
Yep.
exact. I was like, man, I wish that was me, but it's not. And it smelled like a barbecue. So I'm watching, and I hear someone yelling, like screaming, and knocking on doors. Hey, fire, fire, fire. So I grabbed my go bag, grabbed my dog. We went outside to where my truck was parked, and I looked up and I saw the fire raging out of the window, and I could feel it. Even though it wasn't that close, I can feel the intense heat. And the neighbors upstairs had a black dog that they had living in the balcony, and I could hear him screaming from the heat. He was dying. And I'm telling you, man, there's nothing worse than seeing an animal suffer. I tried to go, like I was going to try and get up there. I couldn't get anywhere near it. And he got quiet. And so I got in my truck. We pulled off to the side. There was like 3 to 4 fire trucks get there. They're fighting it. And the guy, I'm talking to the firefighter, and he's like, man, if you had been there 10 more minutes, you wouldn't have made it.
That nap would have got you.
That nap would have got me. Here's the thing. I remember taking a nap. I have a memory of waking up in my bedroom, hearing the glass break, and then thinking, it's probably them, and going back to sleep.
Huh?
Yes. This is what's been puzzling me over the years.
Hold on.
Weird, right?
You didn't take a nap, but
Nope.
you got a memory of you taking a nap.
I had a memory of being awakened by breaking glass. So there is a memory of me hearing it while I'm sitting watching TV, and another memory of me sleeping and being awakened by it and not paying any mind. Now, the apartment I lived in, the front door to the bedroom, it's like a long apartment. And I loved it. It was a great apartment, wood floor, all that good stuff. But if you looked on the outside, it was hood, right?
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
People were getting shot. All this shit was going on. But on the inside, it looked amazing.
Yeah.
I know that because every time I go to sleep, I have to have the door closed and locked in my bedroom.
Yep.
Regardless, it saved me more than one occasion.
You and me both.
Okay,
Yep.
So you understand.
Yep.
Had that man knocked, I wouldn't have heard it. I'm so far away.
Right. Yeah.
The room next to me, the glass was close, so I heard that. Right immediately after that, the whole thing is like done, right? The whole thing, I'm out. I am shorter than I was before the fire. And I'm like, what the hell? So
You shrunk.
yeah, it's what I thought. And I was like, that's weird. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe it's just my imagination. Go to work the next day. People that I look eye to eye, I was looking a little bit up at. So I thought, that's weird. When I would step off a curb, same old curbs I always stepped off, it seemed like it was a lot bigger. It was like a longer step. I don't know what was happening, man.
The aliens got you. they experimented on you.
I think what happened was I died in that fire. I think I was asleep, and that was splattered into another universe where I didn't take that nap. It took me a lot of years to get to this point.
What?
But there are a lot of things that are different after the fire than before the fire. For example, I used to have really bad arthritis, right? To the point where when it was cold or whatever would set it off, barometric pressure, whatever it is, there would be days I couldn't walk. Like it would be really hard for me to get out of bed.
Yeah.
It would hurt. Tremendous pain. It didn't matter if I was standing, sitting, laying down. I was in the same amount of pain. It affected me starting from 20 on, right? So I've always had that.
At age 20?
Yeah.
Early.
20 on. And so this is 2014. I can't remember what I was like in my 30s then. But anyway, after that day, I didn't have that anymore. There was no pain from it. And I thought, that is weird, right?
Yeah, the aliens got you. I'm telling you.
And to this day, I don't have that. How did it go away?
What if you was experimented on, lost track of time?
I don't know, man. But
Made your ankles 2 inches shorter.
well, here's what happened. So after that, I went to go see my arthritis doctor because I had like, visits scheduled, whatever. And so he's like, everything looks good. Took some x-rays, everything's fine. However, we noticed on your spine, there's some fusion on your vertebrae.
Duh.
And I'm like, what do you mean there's fusion on my vertebrae? I said, yeah, it looks like what happens, I think you have this disease that basically it causes your vertebrae to squeeze the disc completely and fuse slowly. But I didn't have that before. So, well, you have it. So what?
But it made you better?
Well, see, the wonderful thing about that is it doesn't hurt. So I don't have pain anymore.
So that disease is known to not be painful?
Well, the doctor says eventually it will be. Eventually it will be. And I don't know if you saw me walking, but I have kind of a hunch.
A little bit, yeah.
I didn't have that before. It just came out. I remember going to work after the fire, and I'm going up to an office to help a person with their computer, and the lady says, "Are you okay? Your back looks like, does it hurt?"
Yeah.
No. You look like you're hunched over a little bit. Really? I didn't even realize this, dude. Because if you're living your body, you don't see that. You know what I mean? Well,
especially if you're not in any noticeable pain.
Right.
Like you wouldn't know.
No. I'm feeling great. It's
if I wake up, my back hurts, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm hunched over a little bit.
Because there's a couple of fuses, it's like an inch here. Eventually, I'm shorter than I was. I was 5'8", now I'm like a lot shorter because it's continuing. So, dude, I don't know. That was the weirdest thing. But there are other things that have happened. I don't know. I hadn't had any missing time. Another thing that happened after the fire, and this had happened a lot. And now here's interesting. It's slowed down as the years have gone by. But immediately after, I'll be sitting in my new place or whatever, and I can smell the fire. And I'll go into a panic mode where I'm running around, see if the stove is on, see if there's a fire outside, because I can smell the exact same fire, but there's no fire. And it's so freaking weird. And it'll happen, like in the beginning, it was terrifying. Because you live through something like that, it's kind of traumatizing.
PTSD, yeah.
And so I'm smelling it every day. And then I'll be with my girlfriend, at the time I was with this other girl, and I'll be with her and I smell it at her place. And she thinks I'm crazy. And I'm like, no, I can smell the fire. Is there a fire? Let's look around. You know what's funny about that? Now it just hit me right now. That house burned down. It just hit me right now.
What house burned down?
Her house. That girlfriend of mine. It just hit me right now.
And you were smelling the fire before
I was smelling it. And it's been years. We broke up and it had been years. And then that place burned down. It just hit me. I just remembered that. I never made the connection until before right now.
Damn.
That's weird. But every once in a while now I'll smell it and it doesn't bother me anymore.
Don't smell it out here. I don't want nothing to burn down.
I smell it right there. Dude, let me tell you. That was bizarre. And then there was another thing that happened after the fire. I had a patch back here, and it felt like
shit.
It felt like about the size of your fingertip.
Yeah.
And when I would feel it, was weird, and it kind of itched. I was scratching at it. It felt like these lines, like gills. It felt like these little gills. I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, I just ignored it because you know how we are.
You was worked on. I'm telling you.
And so
this motherfucker was worked on for sure.
It changed. It started to grow, whatever this was. And it started to, not only it was in that one spot, like I'm touching it right now, and it started to move to the right, to the left, up, down. It started to grow. And so I went to my doctor. He couldn't tell what it was. He said it was this, it was that, but he wasn't sure. Sent me to a specialist. They took some tests or whatever. They couldn't tell me what it was. They gave me some stuff.
It was like gills, you said?
At first, it felt like 3 lines, and it made me think, when I touch it.
Jumped in some water. And
I was like, right, put my head back there, see if I could breathe. It grew, though, and it kind of freaked me out. And then like I said, went to a specialist. They didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
They couldn't tell me, which was bizarre. You go to a dermatologist, they're going to tell you what you got, right?
Yeah.
They said, try this. Nothing worked. It soon started to spread to the other side of my neck, and it was a patch. It was like almost my palm. I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do with this. I was beginning to think it's going to cover my entire body or something. But slowly, with time, it started to go away. And then I got a doctor about 3 or 4 years ago and gave me this special cream, and that worked. So now it's almost completely gone. I still have to put it on because it tries to make a comeback. I don't know what it is, man, but it happened after the fire.
That's that side effect from being abducted.
Dude, if that was the case, I really believe, like, I can't prove it. And this is why I never wanted to talk about it, because I really couldn't prove it. I really believe I somehow have part of that person who died in the fire, part of me from that other universe, attached. Because I remember going back into the room, and where I was asleep, the wall, like the ceiling between the two rooms, collapsed onto the bed. And I was thinking, is that like a burn from the fire that stuck with, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't in the bed, right? But apparently in this other life. So I started developing all these weird theories, and one of them was, if there is such a thing as alternate realities, and you exist in a lot of them, then if you consider the moment you were born to, like, say 100, like let's say you died at 100, every moment, not just second, but every moment between birth and that 100, you've died in an alternate universe. You have to have. Yeah. And I see them now. Like, I can see them. Like, I'll avoid an accident, and I'll think I probably died in another universe in this accident.
You playing a straight video game.
In 2024 December, I had a heart attack. I didn't know about it for 3 days. I had a heart attack.
What?
And I felt like my muscles are hungry. They feel weird. But I was having a heart attack. I didn't know it. And I was telling my girlfriend, they feel like they're hungry. My arms, they feel like I need to feed them. She says, let's go get a steak. Had a steak, baked potato with, potato soup. I was eating the wrong things while I was having a heart attack. The next day, I felt like when I would breathe in deeply, it hurt at the very end. That's weird. Went to sleep. The next day, breathing in halfway hurt. Okay, I need to go see somebody. Right. Something's up. And I went to like one of those clinics or whatever. So the dude's checking me. He's like, in his face, I could see it in his face. Oh, sir, we're gonna have to send you via ambulance to the hospital right now. I'm gonna call him right now. I said, no, I can drive. It's cool. Okay, we're gonna call ahead and let them know you're on your way. Went there. They took the EKGs, and then they rushed me to have a procedure. And they said, you had a heart attack 72 hours ago. How did I live through that, dude? I don't think I did. In another universe, I didn't.
But you was functioning through that.
Yeah. I didn't feel it. I don't know what a heart attack feels like.
But your muscles was hungry.
They were hungry. It was the weirdest feeling, too. That's what it felt like. Like they were starving. That's what it felt like. They needed to be fed in some weird way. But it was a heart attack.
So you could have died in another timeline or another dimension.
I'm pretty sure.
Another reality.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I didn't survive that. I mean, think about it. How lucky is that? It's almost quantum immortality that I survived a 72-hour heart attack. Who the hell survives a 72-hour heart attack?
So you're basically getting these glimpses of the other reality
every time something like this happens.
I'm speaking to.
Yeah. I really think that quantum immortality is a real thing. Now, here's the second part of that whole story.
Okay.
The fire happened. I survived by 10 minutes. And then my sister says, hey, come stay with me. You know, because they're going to put us up in like a Holiday Inn. The Red Cross was there. And I said, okay, I'll go stay with you. Going to sleep, me and Charlie are on this like really small bed. Mm-hmm. I'm asleep. The door is locked and closed. Everyone's asleep. And then I'm someone's waking me up. Someone's shaking my shoulder. I could feel it's a small hand. I thought it was my sister. She's 5 feet, she's tiny. I thought it was her. I'm actually saying as I'm waking up, is it another fire? Like that.
Yeah.
And then I look to see her, but there's no one there. And I can still feel it. And then I look at the door and it's still closed and locked, and I'm awake completely. And then next thing I know, I hear what sound like footsteps going around the bed, and it gets to the back of the bed, and then I hear a giggle. And I can tell it's a child. It's like a little boy giggling, laughing in the room. My dog wakes up, and she's a Chihuahua, right? She's a Chihuahua mix. She hears it too, but she doesn't react, which to me is freaking bizarre. Chihuahuas, they react to everything. It walks again to face me. I had already pulled the covers over, dude. I was terrified. I was petrified, man. I was like, what is happening? I didn't believe in this stuff.
Look, the winds pick up right when we start talking about crazy stuff.
It's crazy. I didn't believe in this stuff. I really didn't. This is what changed my life. And I started doing Down the Rabbit Hole. After, like, I started to plan it. It came to face me again. I have the covers. I can hear it walking. I've always wanted to see a ghost. That was like that's a bucket list. So I peek and there's nothing there. But I hear on the wall, dude.
3 knocks.
3 knocks. Again. What is going on, dude? And I had already had a trying day, right? Once it got quiet, I fell back asleep. The next morning, I go and tell my sister, I'm getting some coffee. She shows up and I said, man, something weird happened last night. And she goes, oh, you experienced it too?
Oh, shit.
I was pissed, dude. What do you mean? She goes, oh, mom and dad had a similar experience like that. And that is her, like, that's their guest bedroom and her crafts room.
Yeah.
So she said, I'll be in there working on stuff. And then something will fall off the shelf. And I'll be like, I'll feel like there's someone there, but I'll grab it, I'll put it back, get back to working. The same thing will fall again. And that'll just keep happening. Things like that just keep happening.
They just playing around in there.
And my nephew, he's between 3 and 4 years old. He would be in that room talking to somebody. And my sister said, I would go in there and I would hear him having a full-on conversation with somebody, but there's no one in there.
Yep. Yeah.
And then she'll ask him, who are you talking to? And he'll go, oh, it's my friend Coco. My friend Coco is here. We're having a conversation with her. And then it got a little crazy because after a while, Coco started scaring him to the point where he would run screaming out of the room, terrified. And I feel bad for him because we couldn't take him to like a Halloween store or Chuck E. Cheese because he would see all that, like those animatronics.
Yep.
Or he would see those things, he would lose it. Something happened. He saw something, and it really traumatized him. But he's older now. This has been 12 years now. I think he's over it. But
right.
Man, there was something in that house.
That's
so
crazy.
Come to find out, she moved out, right? The story behind her, my sister, when she got the place, this is very similar to my dad. She was warned by the owner, whose name just happened to be the same as our mother.
Okay.
Bizarre. She told him, listen, I need to warn you about this house. And I tell everyone who moves in here, anyone who's married or together end up splitting up. So I just have to tell you that. And she's like, okay. She didn't believe her and whatever. Their relationship was solid, man. They were like really good. The guy was a big, strong dude, but he was quiet. Yeah. Really nice guy. Mm-hmm. I really liked him a lot. We had great like interactions, and I welcomed him to the family. It was good. I was really happy that she found someone like this.
Yep.
They moved into this house. Slowly, he began to change. And, they had been living there 2 years, and he was a complete ass, some complete different person. As a matter of fact, when I was staying there in the house from the fire, he let me know he did not want me there without saying it. He just kept saying, well, how long are you going to be here, man? That kind of thing. Totally different human being. I didn't recognize him the way he was acting. So
something got a hold of him.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's something bad in that house, man.
Yeah.
Well, long story short, they got a divorce.
Damn.
And then he moved out, and then she moved out. So
the I guess the stories are still true.
The warning is a real thing, man. And it's like undefeated apparently when it comes to couples, that house.
Yeah. Damn.
Very crazy story, man. I want to go back and investigate in that place. But
that would be dope.
It's it's a little terrifying. That
Yeah.
experience was terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's what led me. Those two things happened the same day.
Yeah.
The fire
That's
and that
crazy.
experience. And I wondered, did that, whatever happened to me, open me up
Right.
to something, to be able to see something? Because before that, never had an experience.
So let's end with, we got two more things I want to talk about.
Sure.
And something I thought, even you wanted to address just on the show about your past. Was it a scenario? Was it something you went through? Was it a situation? But it changed you from being, I guess, an angry person to being a happier, more calm person.
Right. I discovered a secret, I guess, that, everyone has a rough life, right? People have rough lives. I had my share. I won't go into specifics, but it was bad. And because of that, in my teens, in my 20s, even into my 30s, I was an angry, mean person. I don't recognize that person anymore. That guy's gone. But back then, that dude was not cool at all. If someone would step to me, I'd let him know, in no uncertain terms, that you made a mistake. And honestly, I didn't like that person. But I was trying, like I said, I was trying to meditate. I wanted to change, man. What I was doing that kind of fed it is when I was falling asleep every night, I was fighting. I was thinking about fighting somebody, or I was thinking about arguing with somebody. And what would happen is I would think about like a friend, and I would have a conversation in my head with this person where I'm arguing with them, and it's terrible. Then I'd fall completely asleep. And the next day, as if like I made this prediction that would happen, I would have an all-out brawl with this person who I liked. And I couldn't figure out why that was happening. And then one day I made the connection. I'm falling into a state as I'm going to sleep, and I'm thinking about terrible shit. Mm-hmm. What if I changed that? What if I thought about positive stuff instead of this? So I tested it. And what happened was I would be going throughout my day and I would be happy. Like some sort of sense of happiness would come over me, and it would surprise me because I didn't have those thoughts or feelings, or I didn't have that. So it was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Why am I having this? I didn't understand it, but I liked it.
Right.
It took me a while to figure this out. It took me years and years and years and years. But when you fall asleep, you're going into a theta state, right? Before you go to sleep, you're in a very suggestive state. And if you think about things you want to accomplish, or things you're going to do, or even just I'm happy, or I like to tell people this, practice gratitude, things that you are grateful for, people that you're grateful for. If you do that, you're going to have a great day the next day. And so as soon as I started to hit that idea and start to practice it, my whole life changed, man. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't fighting with people anymore. I was a positive force in people's lives. I was trying to help people. I started to do volunteer work for like the American Cancer Society. I would drive people to their appointments when they didn't have any other, way to get there, and I would pick them up and take them home. That was one of the most rewarding things of my life, to do that. It changes you. And
Align yourself.
Yes.
With positivity.
Absolutely.
Gratefulness, appreciation.
I remember the first time I drove someone, the woman, wonderful woman, she was telling me that she knew it was going to be over soon. She knew it. She had, it was rough because she was telling me, I've got days.
Right.
And she's telling me, you're young. You have your whole life ahead of you. Do those things that you want to do. Don't wait. Get out there and be that person you want to be. I have all these regrets.
Yep.
And now I'm at the end. I didn't do the things I wanted. I'm telling you, you need to get out there and be somebody. Be that person you want to be. Work at it. I dropped her off. I thanked her and I said, you know, I hope everything works out. I'm pulling for you. And she got out and she went to her appointment. I pulled off to the side, dude, and I just bawled out.
Yeah.
Because I felt everything she was feeling, and it was intense. So she helped me, man. She helped me turn a corner, you know what I mean? And it meant everything. And this is a person who I know is no longer here. Well, I took her message to heart. And I think anybody can do it. You just need to hear that. And I hope this gets out to someone who needs to hear that. I don't want to just help one life, dude. I want everyone to try and build something for themselves and get to a happy state, man. Because this is wonderful, bro. This is wonderful. I'm so grateful for all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to be here with you, my friend.
Man. I'm so glad you came here to talk with us, man.
This is awesome, man. I love this whole
appreciate
thing.
it more.
Ski, thank you so much for having me on here, brother.
Thank you, man. We're going to end it on that. I think that's a great message to end on. So I appreciate you for being here. And you guys might catch me on Down the Rabbit Hole one day. Who knows?
I'm locking him down, man. This has been the weirdest thing, right? This whole thing,
from the beginning to end, right?
Howling out there.
Yeah.
Spider webs. I love it, man.
Man, but I appreciate y'all for watching. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share to your family and friends. Man, and I appreciate y'all so much. Have a great night. I love y'all.